What's up, guys? This is Anthony from the RG Reviews, and today I'm just going to do a short little review on one of my favorite guns. It's actually a newer purchase. I just got it here within the last, say it was probably about 2 months ago, month and a half ago, and I shot a bunch of rounds through it, and just to make sure that it was reliable, see how the sights were, see how the trigger was, everything. Of course, I knew pretty much right off the bat that it was going to be reliable, and I already knew that the sights should be right on, the trigger was going to be nice, everything was good, so it was just confirming what I already thought. So the gun I got reviewed for you today is going to be actually a Glock 21. Now this is a Gen 3 Glock 21. This is the one with the Picatinny rail. It does not have the regular Glock rail, which has good points and bad points, and I'll explain that here in just a moment. But so yeah, Glock 21. I just picked this gun up not too long ago. I got it from H&H gun range in southwest Oklahoma City. And I paid $450, I believe $450 for this gun. It was used, lightly used, and I say lightly because when I disassembled it, there actually wasn't even hardly any markings on the barrel. If I can remember where I put the barrel, I'll go ahead and, yeah, here it is. So yeah, this is actually the barrel that came on it. Now I've already fired probably 250 rounds through this gun with this barrel on it, so any markings that are on the barrel I put there myself pretty much. But as you can see, there's very little wear on the barrel whatsoever. Matter of fact, it's almost brand new. Almost no wear on the where it locks up at all, so I mean pretty much it was a brand new gun. Here's the basic things that I know about it. I know that it has a aftermarket trigger in it. Right off the bat when I fired it, I could tell that the trigger was much lighter than I thought it was supposed to be. Not only was it lighter, but it seemed to have a lot less, let's say, creep. It didn't seem to creep as much as a factory Glock trigger does. I do own another Glock, so I know pretty much how the Glock triggers feel, and this was much different. When I took it apart, disassembled it, I realized that it did in fact have aftermarket parts in it. There's not a name on the aftermarket part, so I couldn't tell you exactly what it is, but I know that it's not a factory Glock part. But the trigger is pretty nice. Couple things that I did to modify the gun, which were not really big things. Well, one of them was a pretty big thing, but the other ones weren't very big things. Is one, I went ahead and got the decal grips for the gun. Now these are for, of course, Glock 21 Gen 3, and these are the sandpaper type grips. They're really rough, and they stick to your hands really well, and they get rid of the whole slipping around issue that you have with Glocks with the polymer frame, and very little real stippling on the frame at all. And even the stippling that it does have is really slick, so I mean it's pretty much, I guess it's there to like grab a hold of your hand, but it doesn't do its job at all. So went ahead and got the decal grips done. I did put a Lone Wolf 5-inch aftermarket barrel. It's a match grade barrel supposedly, and it also has threaded in for the what I'm going to put on it is not really a suppressor, because I'm not really interested in a suppressor, but I am going to put a compensator on it, or not a compensator, a muzzle brake on it. And this is really just like a gun that I'm going to use for fun, shooting at the range and stuff like that. I'm not really concerned with concealed carry, or I'm not a cop, so I don't have to worry about duty or anything. But I'm going to safety check it for you, because I was just putting my fingers by the muzzle, and I do just want you to let you know that the gun is completely and totally empty and safe, and I'm not going to blow my finger off accidentally, so I'm not that dumb. I check it before the videos, but just to show you. So as long as I got the gun, as long as I got the mag out and I showed you everything, I'm just going to show you quick disassembly. Now this is standard for every Glock ever made pretty much on disassembly, so it should be real quick and easy. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to remove the magazine, check to make sure that your gun is in fact empty, which of course it is. You're going to pull the trigger in a safe direction, obviously. And then what you're going to do is, see these takedown lever, there's one on each side. You're going to retract the slide just a bit, about that much is fine. Then you're going to pull down both of the takedown levers and release the slide. Now the slide's going to come forward. Of course, slide comes right off the gun. You have the frame, it sits right here, and then you have the internals of the gun on the slide. Captive recoil spring, barrel. That's the Lone Wolf barrel. This is the actual factory barrel, so if you imagine, it just looks like a regular Glock 21 with the regular barrel in it. But I like the Lone Wolf barrel, minus the little wolf emblem on the top. But so as you can see from the internals, very little wear. Right here where it locks up, there's a little bit of wear. But this does not look like a used slide at all. Like, as far as, there's not an exorbitant amount of wear on the slide whatsoever. I mean, it's pretty much brand new. The slide, the finish is pretty much brand new. I'll talk about the finish here in just a moment, actually, a little bit more on the finish, but everything looks good. This gun has not been cleaned since the last time I shot it. I fired maybe 60 or 80 rounds out the last time I shot it, so I didn't really feel a need to clean it, as I clean my guns semi-regularly, let's put it that way. If I start to feel like there's a buildup of gunk inside, then I'll go ahead and clean my guns, but I don't shoot corrosive ammo, and I can't find any corrosive ammo for 45 anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, so disassembly, reassembly is the exact same way. Of course, I just put the barrel in, recoil spring goes in, and then your slide's going to slide onto your frame, and you cock back and locks in, you're good to go. The magazines that I have are, this is a Glock factory mag with a, this is not a Glock factory +2 add-on, I believe it's pierced grip. But the Glock factory mags are 13 rounds. Matter of fact, here's this. Yeah. This is a Glock factory mag. Glock factory mags, 13 rounds. Of course, you can see the Glock Austria on the back, 45 ACP, .45. But so this is a Glock factory mag. This is also a Glock factory mag with +2 base plates. So this is +2. This is a 15 round magazine. Now the 15th round is really hard to get in, so it's actually a 14 round mag for me. No biggie, 14 rounds is a lot of rounds. 13 rounds, a lot of people talk about the last round being hard to get in. I've never noticed that on a Glock. I don't know if that's just a hand strength thing. I don't know what the deal is, but I've never had a problem getting the last rounds in a Glock mag, so whatever. A couple things I want to talk about as far as aftermarket parts are concerned. Really, there's a lot. Of course, Glock has probably the largest supply of aftermarket parts, the largest amount of companies making aftermarket parts for a polymer frame pistol. Now I say polymer frame pistol because, of course, any 1911 and lots of revolvers are going to have billions, if not more, parts that you could buy to upgrade the gun in any way you could possibly imagine. But Glocks are right there on their heels, trying to catch up here. So you can do pretty much anything you want to with a gun. Now there's carbine setups, which of course you would have to register with the ATF as a short-barreled rifle, SBR. But there's carbine setups which use the Glock to, basically lock into either a composite or aluminum or steel frame, which basically makes it into a subgun. There's, bunches of different aftermarket barrels. There's replacement slides, replacement frames. Lone Wolf, Storm Lake makes really nice barrels. Lone Wolf makes nice barrels. Barstow makes nice barrels. Of course, you have like Glock triggers. You have Ghost triggers. You have, I think Lone Wolf makes triggers for it. You have, you can find stuff on Glockmeister. You can find stuff. I mean, it's everywhere. Anything that you could possibly imagine that you want to do to your gun. Frame plugs, which this gun doesn't have, but my Glock 22, if you look, I have a pierced frame plug in there. I mean, you can find frame plugs, you can find anything really. I mean, the guns are just, you can mod them out 100 ways from Sunday. So I mean, they're a lot of fun to play with. That's basically why I bought the gun. Now, as far as the gun is concerned, when I first bought my Glock 22, which is a second generation Glock 22, which I've modded out 2 or 3 times, and I've taken the mods off, put them back on, and had grips on, took them off, put them back on. But when I first bought the Glock 22, I thought, wow, this is a full-size gun. This is a big gun. This, by the way, also is safe. It also has a Lone Wolf barrel in it, but I thought, wow, this is a big gun. I mean, not big, but it's a full-size gun. It fills your hand. It's going to fill your holster. You're not going to be able to conceal it very well. Like, this is a full-size at its best. Now, I had never fired a Glock 22 before. I'm sorry, the Glock 22 I had fired before, but I'd never fired a Glock 21. I'd never fired a Glock 20. So at that point, a large gun to me was anything that was full size. This, of course, full size. So when I got the Glock 21, I was, surprised, bothered, lots of stuff about how big the grip really is. Now I have large hands, you know what I'm saying? And the grip is still really big on this gun. Now without the grips, without the decal grips, without the sandpaper decal grips, because the circumference of the grip is so large, it really was sliding around in my hand. I couldn't get a good grip on it at all. And I was like, man, I don't know if I'm going to like this gun at all. I mean, once you consider the recoil of a 45 ACP, which is not a lot, but it's more than a 9mm, or even a different kind of recoil, but I think still more of a recoil than the 40 caliber. I mean, it's just, I didn't think that it was going to be comfortable. Now, of course, I went and got the decal grips and took the gun out. The gun felt a lot better with the decal grips, but still quite large. Took the gun out and shot it, and I'd heard many times that a Glock 21 has very light recoil for its size, especially the size and weight of the gun. And I was like, well, how relative is that to, whatever. But I shot the gun. Recoil was super, super, super smooth, soft. It was nothing. I'm no longer worried about the recoil in this gun whatsoever. I mean, it's perfect. I mean, I can't say much more. Of course, I have also, bumping the camera here, of course I also have a Springfield XD 45. This is a 45 tactical, empty as well. Now this gun is much heavier than the Glock, has a much larger, heavier frame, or frame and slide actually. Just an all-around bigger gun. You would think that the recoil on this gun would be less than the recoil on this gun, just based on the fact that it's a bigger, heavier gun, but it's not. This gun actually recoils just a little more than the Glock to me. So, I mean, pick your poison, right? But basics of the Glock, I'm just going to say a couple more things about it. Now, of course, the accuracy was exactly what I expect from a Glock. Factory barrel or aftermarket barrel, the accuracy was there. Not as accurate as my Glock 22, and that's probably just this pistol, but not as accurate as my Glock 22. My Glock 22 is insanely accurate. It just, I mean, all rounds touching at any kind of realistic gunfight range. The Glock 21 was almost there, not quite. Still plenty accurate, still more accurate probably than I am, and the trigger really helps with that, as it is a lighter trigger. Just a really nice gun as far as accuracy. Of course, I do have, if you look, I do have factory Glock sights on there. I did not change the Glock sights, and I won't change the Glock sights because I love Glock sights. They're just so easy to get a hold of and so easy to catch your target. So, but yeah, so of course, everything that applies to any Glock applies to this. Very reliable, very accurate, lightweight for its size, light recoil for the caliber. User friendly, of course, no external safeties. Trigger safety is the only thing there, of course, then the firing pin block and everything. So I mean, it's a safe gun as long as your brain's connected. So just everything that a Glock that you could ask from a Glock. I'm really happy that I bought the gun. This is my second Glock purchase. I will be making 2 more for sure that I know of. I want to buy the subcompact Glock in 45 ACP. I forget the actual number designation for it. And then I will be buying a Glock 26 in 9mm, just because I just want a Glock 26. And I'll be thinking about possibly a Glock 17. I'm not 100% sure yet, Glock 17 or 19, but yeah, that's about it, man. I just wanted to show you guys the gun, show you what I had done a little bit to it. Really happy with the gun, 100%. I always recommend any gun that I really like, I'll recommend to you guys. And of course, I really like this gun. With more time, I'll probably do more videos. I do have a couple videos of me shooting this gun. I may try and attach it to this video when I release it. We shall see. But yeah, that's about the gist of it. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, because we have been getting quite a bit more views than I ever thought that we were going to get, more subscribers than I thought we were going to get, and I'm really happy with that. I'm also really happy with you guys supporting us, as almost all the comments on our video have been positive. Of course, there's going to be a couple of douchebags running around talking smack, but we can live with them. Either just ignore them, block them, tell them off, whatever. So, but we really appreciate you guys watching, and we did just get are just getting our second check from AdSense from Google. So we will probably be doing either another giveaway or spending the money on something that we can make a video on. So we're just going to turn that money from you guys, because you guys watch the video and you guys are the ones that give us the money basically, and we're just going to turn that money right back around and put it back into it so that we can get it back to you guys. So once again, thanks for watching, thanks for coming to visit us, and as always, have a great day. Peace.